Good morning. This is the network service of the NTA, and I am Dennis Adegunloye with the news at 10.
And I am Nolin Ebel Ahmed. The news at 10 is broadcast live from Abuja. Here are the headlines.
Get rid of remaining Boko Haram elements. Defense Minister challenges troops in Borno State.
The Nigerian government is prepared ever before to do the kind of thing that will make you more motivated to do this job.
Repentant bandits surrender weapons in Zamfara State as peace initiative progresses.
NEMA restates commitment to provide relief materials to victims of flooding disaster in the country.
Grateful to the federal government for taking that decision to come and see by themselves.
Correspondent reports on effects of shortage of power supply on SMEs in Kano.
Huge amounts of money buying fuel to generate light, and it's really affecting us because we cannot save any money.
We begin with security matters, and the Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, has charged troops of Sector 3 in Gubiu, Borno State, to be focused and ensure rapid clearance of the remnants of Boko Haram.
Defense correspondent Ismaila Musa reports that the minister gave the charge while on an operational visit to Borno State.
The Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, is in the command and control base Operation Lafia Dole in Maiduguri. His mission is to appraise the ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the northeast. After a closed-door interaction with the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, principal officers and commanders, the minister proceeded to Magumeri and Gubiu General Area of Responsibility in northern Borno, where he urged troops of Sector 3 not to be deterred.
Whatever you need and carry you this job, I assure you the Nigerian government is prepared ever before to do the kind of thing that will make you more motivated to do this job. Am I understood?
Yes, sir. Socio-economic activities has resumed in Gubiu town after recent repel attack. But residents appealed for deployment of more troops to further secure the agrarian community. The minister later inspected ongoing rehabilitation of structures at the super camp in Chabang and visited recuperating troops at the medical center in Malari Cantonment. The visit of the minister to the theater command, Magumeri and Gubiu General Area of Responsibility, is his first major military engagement as the new Minister of Defense. From the headquarters of Operation Lafia Dole in Maiduguri, Borno State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
In the meantime, some repentant bandits in Zamfara State have surrendered their rifles, live ammunition and military uniforms to the State Police Command as part of the ongoing peace initiative.
Zamfara State Commissioner of Police Usman Nagogo, who presented the weapons to Governor Bello Mohammed at the Government House, Gusau, said the development marked the commencement of the disarmament aspect of the ongoing peace initiative in the state. Haliru Muhammad Umar reports.
The ongoing peace initiative of Zamfara state government aimed at achieving a lasting peace across the state recently entered the second phase, which involved disarmament of the repentant bandits and their rehabilitation. Zamfara State Commissioner of Police Usman Nagogo displayed 4 different caliber of arms, ammunition and military uniform surrendered by some of the bandits to Governor Bello Mohammed at Government House Gusau. He explained that the bandits voluntarily surrendered the weapons as a manifestation of their confidence in the peace initiative, saying the development marked the commencement of the disarmament exercise. CP Nagogo, who expressed confidence that more arms and ammunitions are going to be surrendered soonest by the repentant bandits and other military groups, thanked the governor and other security agencies in the state for their commitment towards the perfection of the peace process. The weapons include 1 LGM military rifle, 1 AK-47 rifle, 2 La rifle, 10 rounds of live ammunition and military camouflage uniform. Responding, Governor Bello Muhammad applauded the police and other security agencies in the state for championing the cause of the peace initiative and promised to do all what it takes to ensure the restoration of lasting peace in the state. The weapons were later handed over to the Nigerian army. It will be recalled that the repentant bandits had earlier surrendered 5 AK-47 rifles to the Zamfara State Police Command as they reaffirmed their solidarity to the peace process. In Gusau, Halliru Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
Staying with security matters, the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dule has neutralized scores of Boko Haram terrorists in airstrikes conducted at Uwe C in Borno State. A statement issued by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigeria Air Force Air Commodore Ibikunle Daramala, states that the air raid was executed in continuation of Operation Green Sweep 3 after credible human intelligence reports corroborated by a series of intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions established that the settlement was being used as a hideout for the Boko Haram terrorists. The Air Task Force therefore detailed 2 Alpha jets and an L-39ZA aircraft to attack the target area. As the aircraft arrived over the target area, several Boko Haram terrorists were seen attempting to flee while many others concealed themselves in the structures and dense vegetation in the area. The statement adds that the Nigerian Air Force jets took turns in attacking the target, scoring crucial hits on the hideout, leading to the neutralization of several Boko Haram terrorists and fighters. The statement further assures that the Nigerian Air Force, operating in concert with surface forces, will sustain its operations against the terrorists in the northeast.
Still on security, the Police Service Commission says it will meet this week to take a decision on the recruitment of 10,000 Nigerians into the constable cadre of the Nigeria Police Force, which is currently at its final stages, but was put on hold by the Commission. A statement issued by the head of press and public relations of the Commission, Ike Chukwani, states that the Commission assures applicants that the exercise will be concluded soon and the names of successful candidates released. Dates for medical screening for successful candidates from the aptitude test held on August 3, 2019 will be announced after the meeting. It states that the Commission will continue to carry the Nigeria Police Force and other stakeholders in the police sector along in this very important presidential assignment and will ensure that the exercise remains merit-driven, transparent and according to the rules and regulations guiding the public service. Applicants are advised not to panic or be agitated as the exercise is under control and in progress.
In other news now, the shortage of power supply in Kano as a result of lingering issues between the Transmission Company of Nigeria and the Kano Distribution Company is crippling the business of small and medium enterprises.
Awal Salisu takes a look at the situation and how it brings discomfort to the people of Kano State.
The importance attached to power supply in making people productive in the society cannot be overemphasized. Kano is recently grappling with shortage of power supply that continue to cripple some businesses and taking toll on economy as most of the enterprises rely on energy to function.
As a matter of fact, they are trying to cripple our business for a very long time. It's not appealing at all. We don't see light.
We spend huge amounts of money buying fuel to generate light, and it's really affecting us because we cannot save any money.
In a day, you end up spending about, we are just this little business that we are running, you end up spending a fuel of about 2,000, 2,500 daily.
The shortage of power supply in Kano is attributed by many to the suspension of some feeders of the Kano Electricity Distribution Company, KEDCO, by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The suspension became necessary as a result of non-compliance by KEDCO to remit the money owed and its inability to evacuate and distribute the power allocated to Kano. While KEDCO on its part said it has the capacity to evacuate and distribute the power to Kano, Jigawa and Katsina states.
Feeders to some important areas that constitute nearly 1/3 of Kano are under disconnection on account that they, TCN, are demanding 100% payment on monthly basis, while we don't collect or get such 100% from our customers.
If something is not done to end the issue between these two stakeholders, shortage of power supply will continue to bite harder on the affected states. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Mele Kyari, has debunked reports of an explosion on the Abuja crude trunk line operated by the corporation. The line, situated at Otujeremi town in Ugeli, Delta State, operated by the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, NNPC's upstream subsidiary, was reported by a section of the media to have gone up in flames. A statement by Ndu Ugamadu, Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, NNPC, quotes the GMD describing the incident as a mere rupture on one of the corporation's pipelines, which would be fixed within 3 days, urging the host communities within the area to disregard the rumors and go about their normal activities.
You are watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24 Abuja. There will be more news after the break. Stay with us.
Advertising your goods and services on the right channel gives you an edge over your competitors. NTA News 24 has all the platforms for your target audience. The station is on DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 46, StarTimes channel 101, and Free TV channel 703. With our digital format and wide range, we can reach your customers in next to no time. We are eager to promote your business, goods, and services. So, partner with us for a very rewarding business experience. For more information, please call Henry on 0803-379-0884 or visit our office at NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. NTA News 24. News and more news.
Thanks for remaining with us. Commendations for President Muhammadu Buhari's participation in the 7th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD. Kunle Adeyeye has this and more on the business desk.
While in Japan, the president engaged the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe with the purpose of deepening bilateral ties between the two countries. Besides addressing the conference, President Muhammadu Buhari also met the leadership of one of the leading automobile companies, where he told the delegation to establish an assembly plant in Nigeria. A development economist, Dr. Emeka Okengo, said President Buhari's requests in Japan are in tune with the country's economic demands. He said critical sectors of the economy will receive a boost.
Let me also say that it's also commendable that he also met with, high-stake investors. Remember that part of the role of government is to create an enabling environment for businesses to strive. We do stand to gain a lot. We do stand to get technology transfer. We do stand to get, new companies. We do stand to get infrastructure and allied infrastructure. We do stand to get, creation of jobs. So there's a lot to stand to get when you get foreign direct investment.
In another development, the federal government has been enjoined to work closely with states that have potential in mineral resources to properly develop that aspect of the economy. According to the president, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Nasima Ayola Olukoni, the sector is capable of turning around the country's fortunes and aid diversification.
I saw what mining did for Australia. Western Australia alone makes about $60 billion from the iron ore deposit in Western Australia. The point I'm making is that the private sector has a lot of role to play in this. We are encouraging them to look at it from the perspective of the possible contribution of the private sector, public-private partnership.
With Business News, I'm Kunle Adeyeye.
Residents of Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, are counting their losses, while others are appealing to the federal and state governments to save them from a more devastating flood as a result of persistent rain.
Yes, Femi Afariogun reports that houses were submerged following heavy rain in Oshogbo for 2 days.
The prediction by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET that some states, including Osun State, might likely experience flooding is already happening. After 2 days of heavy downpour, people whose houses and workshops are about 50 meters from the major Osun River that flowed through the state capital are not spared from the destructive nature of the flood. They believe government need to take urgent steps to avert the disaster the flood will cause.
The water was not as much as this. You see that it's increasing.
In fact, the water has spoiled many things of our documents.
Osun State government is already thinking of how to manage this situation.
There are those who live very close to the river that they should for now know that they have to evacuate the place.
There's an emergency number, toll-free emergency number for incidents like this, 293, that can be called.
They also warn people against indiscriminate dumping of refuse in drainages. In Oshogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
Still on flood disaster, National Emergency Management Agency NEMA has restated federal government's commitment to quick intervention to victims of flooding disaster in Adamawa State.
Acting Director General of NEMA, Air Commodore Akube Yamu, stated this during an on-the-spot assessment visit to flood-affected areas in Yola. Abdullahi Ayuba Dawa reports.
The recent heavy rain observed in the state has caused the loss of lives and destroyed valuable property worth millions of naira. This necessitated both the state and the federal government set a committee led by Acting Director General NEMA, Air Commodore Akubo Iyamu, to visit some of the affected areas with a view to ascertain the level of damage. Air Commodore Akubo Iyamu has expressed sympathy to the victims and assured them quick intervention by the government.
This is our third time here this year from National Emergency Management Agency. He is very passionate about the happenings and follows it. So what we're going to do, thank the state government who is always giving us the support. Adamawa State Emergency Management is one of the most active and cooperative that we have around. So we'll work with them.
We are very grateful to the federal government for taking that quick decision to come and see by themselves. We appreciate what government is doing now.
Some victims spoken to appeal to both the state and federal government for quick assistance so as to reduce their hardship.
The flood was very, very tedious, and even there are 2 loss of life and many dislocations and injuries.
Some of the affected areas visited include Wauru Jabe, Damilu, and Bachure. In Yola, Abdullahi Ayubadalwa, NTA News.
In the meantime, Daura community in Katsina State, which was hit by massive floods last week, will receive additional assistance from the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. In a statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, contrary to the allegations that President Muhammadu Buhari has turned his back on the people of Daura, there is confirmation that pre-assessment relief materials were dispatched to the victims within 48 hours of the floods. 10 trailer loads of building materials, including zinc, planks, cement, blankets, mattresses, tons of grains, cereals, and other edibles have so far been delivered and signed for by stakeholders, a gesture the Emir of Daura appreciated. NEMA has equally promised that as soon as the assessment of the damage to the flood-ravaged communities is reported, more food items and building materials will be dispatched to the communities.
Let's turn our attention now to politics. And the APC national leader Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and the APC national chairman Adams of Shomole have described the Eshogbon of Benin Kingdom, Chief David Edebiri, as a patriot who is worthy to be celebrated. They spoke at an event to mark the Eshogbon's 90th birthday in Benin. Steve Lonai Nwak Okolo reports.
It was a gathering of who is who in Benin City and beyond that graced the auspicious occasion of the Esogba of Benin Kingdom. To the APC national leader and the national chairman, Chief Edebiri is a committed leader and dependable personality.
You may no longer be partisan, but you are still the oracle, you are still the father and finder and leader of many of us.
When we say you are the source of inspiration, of guidance, of advice, and so on, we are not exaggerating. And we hope that God will give you many, many more years.
The celebrant expressed gratitude to God and the guests for the love and support shown to him.
Overwhelmed by the number and quality of people who are present here today.
The Esogba of Benin Kingdom, Chief David Edebiri, is a frontline journalist, a patriotic Nigerian who was inspired into politics by the late nationalist Nnamdi Azikiwe's movement between 1946 and 1950 in Benin. Steve Lonai, Nwaokolo, NTA News.
The Industrial Training Fund, ITF, has noted the possibility for Nigeria to own a central source of information on career and job opportunities, as well as the set skills required through a functional labor market system. Onengie Fineface reports.
It is common to find thousands of graduates in Nigeria scramble for limited vacancies during recruitment exercises. Conversations in this stakeholder sensitization meeting, organized by the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, are focused on mitigating this gap between labor and the market through the collation, processing, and analysis of related data in what is known as labor market information system.
We should be able to have a well-coordinated, information in terms of labor market information that will drive our economy by way of skills, by way of addressing unemployment.
The system, if institutionalized in Nigeria, will help government to formulate viable labor policies, while individuals will be empowered to make productive career decisions.
Our emphasis on the young people. We are almost leaving the stage for them, so they should be guided and pointed in the right direction.
With the means of guidance and counseling that we have in our various institutions, the students can be so guided as to what skills would be marketable.
That is the only way by which we can give hope to our young ones and the way to plan our development and economy.
Discussions at the meeting emphasized legislations on LMI system and determination of funding agencies to actualize a robust labor market information system in Nigeria. In Abuja, Onengie Fineface, NTA News.
Now, it is the dream of young men and women to one day graduate with a good degree, get a great job, buy or build a nice and fancy home, have a car to cruise around with, and a fat account that reads 6 figures and above. What is usually neglected, however, is the process involved in acquiring these luxuries of life.
In this special report, Daniel Aderey beams a searchlight on why some youth have substituted to hard work and perseverance for what many have termed easy and quick money.
Imagine owning a house like this, or buying a car such as this one. Even if you haven't, I'm pretty sure the thought of it fascinates you already. But have you also ever wondered what it will take to acquire them? This is one thought that many young Nigerians in this era are said to fail to take stock of, and so pattern their lives after celebrities and stars who have made it big.
I think we parents, we are lacking our rights of duties in terms of upbringing our children. If children are being taught or being brought up very well, they will not engage themselves in all kinds of things.
If all those insecurity we are fighting today, let's assume they drop their weapons and do this MMM, do all kind of things to make money, me and you will sleep well. We'll travel well without having any fear.
Mobelu is a young graduate and a business development manager who believes hard work, perseverance, and patience are key virtues youths must imbibe to maximize their potentials.
People are already tired of poverty. I think it was something that was cool in Nigeria. It was fine in Nigeria. A lot of people were suffering. There was a lot of poverty. But now people are super tired of being poor. We need to understand that there is always a backstory. People grew from somewhere. They remain consistent in something that made them become who they are.
Not every youth shares Mobelu's approach to life, though some feel it is a long process and don't have the patience for that.
Parents put their children into this kind of life because you see a child, you graduate today, and the next thing the parents start telling you, please, we need something from you. Go and look for money and come and give us. We have suffering. We trained you for you to take care of us.
They're also looking at the politician. Somebody become a senator within a month or 2 months. Is riding a big car, is making millions, and the person that went to school for 4, 5, 6 years is not doing anything. So that's what they are looking at. So it's bad, quite all right, but there is nothing we can do about it.
Perhaps the crackdown on criminality, especially cybercrime popularly known as Yahoo Yahoo, which many young people see as the magic wand to riches, will make more young people to have a rethink about the get-rich-quick syndrome that has become synonymous with youths.
Dennis, the young people nowadays are on the fast lane to make money. What do you think is responsible for that?
It's a tough one, but you know, this gets richer quick syndrome. I believe it boils down to, you know, the family, how the children are raised by their parents. We see nowadays the young people, money, as they say, is the root of all, or the love of money is the root of all evil. And we see how, you know, these so-called big people in the political world, in the business world, whatever, how they live. And people want to now get to that stage quicker without having to go through the rigors of life, hard work, education, and that kind of thing. So I think there needs to be a reorientation on the part of parents and schools.
Yes, on healthy competition to contribute to such problems.
Absolutely. All right, this is the news at 10 on the NTA. We'll take a short break now. The news continues in a moment.